Hello. Okay, I have another video that I think is going to be super useful and practical because I keep getting questions about how do I put together my signature program. And this is for those of you who are coaches, consultants, provide some kind of program or package for your clients, okay? So this is not for you if you're in direct sales or anything like that, or if you're in real estate or you just have like one-time deal, that type of thing, okay? So this is specifically for coaches and consultants. And the question I get all the time is like, okay, how do I put together my signature program? Like, I don't know what I'm going to teach people. And so I'm going to walk you through what you need to create and why. The first thing you need to create, and it's going to take some brainstorming, and that is your program sheet. And I'll tell you a story about that. I was, when I first started coaching, I really didn't know who my program was going to be for, because I really didn't know who was going to come to me. So I decided to create 4 different program sheets for 4 different types of entrepreneur. Okay? And it worked out actually pretty well. Right now, I only have 1 because I only work with a specific type of entrepreneur, and I have put together things that absolutely work for them, but I don't work with anybody else. Okay, if I have a discovery session with somebody who's not my ideal client, I don't go pulling out my old program sheets. I just don't work with them. Okay, so but I started with 4. And so I had 1 program sheet was for coaches and consultants. 1 was for brick and mortar store owners, so people who've had restaurants like me or different brick and mortar toy shops, things like that. So the program sheet for them. Then I had 1 that was for not startup coaches and consultants, but people who already have a business, had a business, and they wanted to become an author, speaker, just kind of elevate their business and get more out there and publish a book, things like that. And the 4th one was just for people who just wanted to do a personal growth with me, because I had a lot of people coming based on my signature talk. For example, people in direct sales, they didn't necessarily want my business coaching, but they wanted me to help them transcend some levels of consciousness, help them with their blind spots, hold them accountable, things like that. Okay? So right now, 3 out of 4 are gone. I put people through them, but it's not my zone of genius, it's not my specialty, but it helped me at the beginning to figure out where my passion was. Make sense? So if you don't know exactly who your ideal client is, like for example, you're a health coach, but you have 1 type of client that is really into weight loss and 1 type of client that is really into fixing their gut health, for instance, okay? So you're going to create 2 different programs, and then you're going to, in a discovery session, based on what you're hearing from your client, based on what you're hearing, you're going to make an offer. Make sense? And that offer is going to be 1 of 2 program sheets. So that's that. Then you go writing your signature program. This is where people spend literally months nauseating over what's going to go on it. Please don't do it. I'm just going to have you walk with me because I need to fix my dinner. Alright, I think my dinner's done. Alright, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to keep talking. Ooh, what was I saying? Okay, so writing the signature sheet really should not be a long process. You should set up timer. You should get yourself as clear as you can. Last time I wrote these programs, I actually had a very, very transformative energy healing and chakra clearing session the night before, that really opened my crown chakra, and I don't know what the healer did, but it was like magic. Like all of a sudden I could just trust myself and things were just flowing. So whatever means that works for you, you want to be open to being in a flow and receiving a lot of information, because a lot of the times these programs, you'll be surprised what might come to you if you get yourself in a zone and just kind of let the ideas come to you, and how that program is going to come together. So I had 3 out of the 4 that I just talked about. I had them done in an hour and a half. I'm not kidding. That's how fast. I was just like, whoa. I was just like typing, like, whoa, okay. And it goes like this. You first decide on the name of the program, then the objective, and then you write down the different modules and steps you need to take your client through to help them achieve the result. Okay? And it's very simple because you already know this. You do this with people, or you have been through the process yourself if you're new to coaching. Okay? But it needs to be a step-by-step progression that you're going to take your clients through that makes sense, and it's going to help them achieve results. Alright? So, for example, how I work with people, it's always the same steps. Alright? Step 1, get crystal clear on your branding and messaging. Right? Step number 1, get super clear who your ideal client is, how you talk to them, Get your message. And right now the way we're doing it is that the same message that goes in a website. It's like 2 in 1. Done. Right? Next thing, we work on their signature program. What's their signature program? We put the whole thing together so that it looks great, it sounds great, it's something that people want. Bam. Okay? Next thing we do is we build their funnels. We put together, are they doing workshops, signature talk, Facebook group, whatever it is, we put it together, we build it out, all the assets together, all the PDFs, all the sheets, everything that they need, we put it together. Then crafting the sales script and practicing sales conversation, things like that. Next thing, right? And then doing this all, putting this all together, starting their speaking, whatever, and then, holding them accountable for, or helping them through their initial sales conversations, things like that, and then putting systems in place. That's the last step. They have to have systems in place, their email follow-ups, nurture sequences, things like that, so it all works together. Their billing tables, whatever you have, so they can, take more clients and they're not stuck in, death by administrative overwhelm. But anyway, so those are steps, right? So just like that, you think about what's the steps that it takes to somebody needs to go through to have a transformation. Alright, so you're going to put it together, write it out. You're going to talk about the what and the why, and you're going to turn it into PDF, and voila, there's your program sheet. And then, of course, you're going to deal with pricing. You're going to deal with terms and conditions, stuff like that, put it in there, so on and so forth. Okay? So that's the next thing you want to have ready. And now I want to move into talking about how to actually execute your program. So what you want to have is a way to, well, first, your onboarding sequence, okay? So before people start working with you, there's a way to keep them excited between the day they sign up and then they start, right? Onboarding sequence, they need to stay excited, give them something to do, give them some homework, throw in an extra online course as a surprise, keep them working, keep them excited before you meet with them, so you avoid you avoid buyer's remorse of any kind. B, you hit the ground running with them. They already started doing the work. Okay? The next thing I'm going to have is some way to track their progress, right? So for me, I take very simple notes. Here's what we did. Here's what we're going to do next, right? And here's your homework. I copy and paste send it to my clients over email so they know what the homework is, and so on. Alright? And then you want to have some repository for all the materials that you use for working with your clients. Whether it's their worksheets, their templates, their if you have any recordings for them, any meditation they need to be doing, you need to have that organized and a way to share it with your client that makes sense for your business. Alright? And then you need to have other things like your billing tables in place, right? Your billing system. You don't want to be using PayPal and sending people invoices and then wait for them to pay, because that just kind of is weird and, waiting to be paid. You want to have something that, you want to have a system where the client is billed automatically and you have their credit card number stored, so that every month they're billed for the installment of their program. You want to have a billing table where you keep track of who's paying when, so that you can notify them when they're going to be billed. You need to have your coaching agreement in place. You want to have your scheduling in place. So I personally use Acuity. There is Calendly, there is Schedule Now, there's so many systems. I really love Acuity, and I have not tried anything else, so I can't tell you whether it's good or not. But that's about what you need to get started. Okay, so I hope this is useful and helpful. Again, if you want to explore us working together in your business, the best way to do it is go to my website, evapalikova.com, and somewhere on there you will find, under Work With Me, you will find a link to my business building blueprint session. That's how you schedule a session with me, and you sign up for it, and then we're going to talk. And what we do in that session is actually really cool. What we do, it's not just a sales conversation when I sell you my program. What we do is actually we look at what's it going to take to build your business, step by step. Some of the steps I just talked about, but apply them to your business. What's the specific action steps that you need to take? And then I give you a PDF with what you need to be doing specifically for your business. And then at the end of a call, let you know about my program if I think it's a good fit. And then you can run with what I gave you and decide not to work with me, and that's totally fine, by the way. I have nothing about it. Or you can decide to work with me, and that's totally great too. So that's what I got for you today. Hope it was useful. If you have any requests for things you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm happy to.